I'm calling this meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge. Will you please lead us?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, welcome everybody. Like Lynn is joining us and everyone's here for a little bit. Our first item on our agenda is the approval of minutes. Everybody get a chance to look over the none. Is there a motion regarding the approval of the minutes?
I'll make a motion.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? How about any public comment? None. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Jennifer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Thank you. Great. Next is public comment. Do we have anybody up for public comment? Lynn? None. We'll move on. Next is human resources, personal action items.
I have a list of the personnel activity report, and it includes hires, resignations for certified and classified personnel, and a summary of assignment stipends.
Anybody have any questions? Motion to approve the personal action items?
So moved.
Second. Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? None. Any public comment?
I have a quick question. Should we be, I'm just curious going forward, should this be separated into elementary and high school? I should have asked this a long time ago, but it just occurred to me.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Steve.
I actually asked that question too. We
Oh,
don't
you did?
separate it, but it's K-12, so that's why it's on.
Okay,
There's certain K-12 agenda items, because that was my question too. So, and that was the response I got.
no worries, thanks.
Any other questions? Been moved and seconded. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? How do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next up is the stipend roster. Do you have that one?
Yeah. You have a list in front of you of the stipend roster for 2023-24. So these are the stipends as set for next school year.
Roster as presented?
The only thing I'd like to point out is the file says 23 to 34. Just want to make sure that, it's a long time for, want to make sure that that's, on the file name.
It's just
Stipend or
on
no?
the file name, on the,
It's just a small, but other than that.
oh.
It's hard to get coaches.
What's that?
It's hard to get coaches. We want to get them locked in.
Gotta keep it for a long time.
Lock them down for a little bit.
10-year contract. Love it.
And of course, you know that these are all pretty much in the salary schedule, stipend schedule, based on experience. In the negotiated agreement.
Yeah, I'm good.
Motion?
Second.
Comment? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item of business, we have the MPSBA membership ballot. did you all get a chance to ballot background information? Any questions?
Something you do every year, pretty much. MTSBA sends us out, and then it's, approved by the individual school boards and returned to them.
Is anybody comfortable making one motion where we can approve all the items? We're looking for a motion to vote on the MTSBA ballot and have the board chair, Heather Asher, submit the ballot as presented. Would you like to make a motion?
I move. So move.
Second,
On this item?
let Deborah Silk know I seconded it.
Sherry will note that in bold in the minutes. Okay. Do we have any public comment with this? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Oh, I think you were walking in when I called for.
MTSBA principles and guidelines, I have never seen such far-reaching changes. The MTSBA principles and guidelines, I think it's item 2 that we were voting on the ballot. I have never seen such, and it made me somewhat uneasy. It to me sounded like there was an agenda, and I wasn't even sure what the agenda is, but, it made me a little nervous. It makes me a little more nervous about MTSBA overall.
There you wanted to go through?
It was really all through it. I mean, there were changes from the word child to be student, and some of the changes were clearly to be more in line with more modern legislation. But they also really went through for really sweeping changes, and at least to me, it wasn't clear exactly what the goal was, and, it made me uncomfortable, and
The motion on the floor is to approve all 7 items on the ballot.
I was gonna dissent to just that one vote, and yes to all the others, but I'm sure I'm the only one dissenting anyway, so it probably doesn't matter.
Can I just make a comment, and I know Rebecca and I have talked about this. There are some sweeping changes on the principles and guidelines because there have not been any changes made for many years. And so these changes are, to echo changes in or changes in the community. Things are going, but put in the constitutional language in there, and non-political language.
Okay, that's actually the thing. To me, it felt very political. To me, it felt like we had gone from a neutral organization and that we were suddenly becoming, or at least moving towards acceptance of the belief structure that school districts are a political entity, need to be politically motivated. And that was actually the problem, is that I felt that MTSBA, for years that I've been watching, has done a really good job at staying neutral, feeling that that's what a school district should be, which I strongly believe. And I think they felt that they were doing that here as well. I just talked to Deborah Silk about it, in fact, and she said that she personally changes. But it didn't be that way.
Any other discussion? Oh, sorry. Yeah, was that in under principles and guidelines? The MTSBA membership ballot pack, or the ballot background information? On page 1.
So she doesn't have access to it.
Oh.
The attachment has. Have to go into the.
I have a packet written if you want it.
I'm not free.
Moved and seconded, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? How do you vote?
Aye.
Passes. Up next is the MHSA fees. Denise,
This is an annual application and payment of dues, it's an annual renewal of the MHSA dues, Montana High School Association. And then there's 3 types of insurance in there. There's catastrophic insurance. That we,
Denise, what was the, increase? It was less than $500, wasn't it?
yeah, it was, I don't have the exact figures, but I think last year was 14, but it was less than, I think, 500. I can look it up for you.
No, you and I had discussed it, and I just wanted, it was less than $500.
I don't know, one of the things that looks like it's different is drama. Last year, one of the schools was doing drama for their sorry, lost out of the suit. And the other one wasn't, and this year it looks like both were. And then I wasn't sure if drama is its own thing, or if it's just a part of speech drama. I'm a little confused by what's going on in the drama of the MT. Sorry.
There's attachments, the applications are there, and on that first page, there's sports, and then there's the combined activities, and they list band, chorus, drama, orchestra, and speech. So you just alluded to maybe speech and drama were together, but they're separate ones.
Right, no, it says last year, one of the schools had not done drama. I think it was FHS did not add drama, and that might be where the price change came, and FHS did. But when I looked on the Montana High School, Sports Association's website, it seemed to only imply that the drama they had, because I was like, do we do an MHSA sanctioned event in drama? And the only ones I could find were speech, not like our musicals or other things that we do stipends for. And so that's why I was just trying to find out more about that aspect.
Well, maybe I can clarify, they might have missed it last year, but at both high schools, they do speech and drama.
Okay.
The reason that they're separated on the MHSA form is because some of the smaller schools may only do speech and some may only do drama. So they're two separate activities.
Thank you.
anybody comfortable making a motion?
So moved.
Further discussion? Public comment? All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion passes. consent agenda, elementary only.
I'd move to approve consent agenda as presented.
Thank you, Lance. Is there a second? Moved and seconded. Any comments? Elementary only. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion passes. That's consent agenda district-wide. Any,
Second.
moved and seconded, are none? All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes. So, up next, we'll do trustee report.
None. No report.
No report.
I will report that I'm glad we're making the new meeting for the new committee. We had good discussions about it. I think we've got a good plan on which route we're going, and so I look forward.
I'd like to say that it was, it was very sad to miss graduation this year, but I'm glad I'll be able to attend the graduation for the summer school kids.
No report.
I want to thank you all for being part of the retreat. But I feel it was necessary to have some good dialogue and good discussions going on. Happy with. I'm really excited about this. Really good things. And do you have a report?
Just only to compliment the school on its food program for the kids over the summers. It's great seeing those buses around town for the kids to get meals from. So other than that, that's it. Thank you.
Admin report.
Fiscal year ended Friday, which is a good thing that it's staffing. Contrary to what most people think, business office does not get the summer off, so dispel those rumors. We're closing down one fiscal year, we're opening up another one. And, but I will say that tomorrow I am taking 3 days off. I'm going for a much needed vacation. I'll be back on Monday.
Just real quick, I ran this idea by Heather, she asked me to share, but, talking with the elementary principals, one of the things we're considering next year is combining site visits and board presentations and doing it a little differently at the elementary schools and probably KMS as well, where we'd like to, host the board for the regular site visit, except do less of a facilities walk and more of a sit down together, planning out what you would see in some classrooms, go do some observations in classrooms, and then come back together as a group and kind of debrief what we saw. And so we can start to make some connections to the change processes we're trying to implement in some of the schools. So we would like to do that in lieu of a site visit and a board presentation. This feedback. And I just want to compliment also the principals on how they finished out the year. So we had, busy year, a lot of normal hard work, and then they finished all of that closing out the year, and they're already planning for next year. It was just encouraging to see principals putting together their plans for what it's going to look like when staff get back at August, and them to feel really good about what they have already prepared at the end of June for what's going to happen at the end of August. So.
Yeah, I'd just like to say I started last Monday, basically because Micah had left, taking vacation for 2 weeks before he starts in Missoula, or he may have already started in Missoula. So, I've been, just spending time working through the handbooks, working through the board policies, basically getting my feet wet again. Met with, Heather and Scott. We had a good meeting of discussing things that we would like to talk about this year and discuss. And the board goals and the strategic plan. So, we did that. Also, I went to a long-range facilities plan meeting one day, all day Thursday. And, so, continue to come in as needed, but the official contract starts on July 3rd, and then I'll be there full-time. And just like to thank you again for the opportunity. I think we're gonna have a good year. And, as I said before, I'll treat it like I'm gonna be here 10 years instead of 1 year. So we'll continue to keep moving forward, work on the strategic plan, accomplish a lot for the district this year.
Up next is public comment again. Anything?
We can never to start. We're ready to.
Next is look at our upcoming meetings. We only have one board meeting in July. And will you guys be meeting in July?
It's gonna be Jack.
Jack, are we meeting in July for finance? Possibly?
Yes.
Okay. I think most of the committees will be taking the month off, but I know the communications committee meeting will be meeting. And Randy had mentioned to get together with the insurance committee.
Yeah, I'm still
Right?
checking in.
Board meeting.
I'm still checking into that. Basically, what it is that, they're starting to look at one of the bills that was passed about the statewide insurance pool. And so, they're trying to form an exploratory committee with the AA schools, because without the AA schools, the insurance pool won't work, because they need those numbers. They need 12,000 people to be enrolled for it to get going. I think the legislature put in $40 million or something to get it started. So it's been something that's been around for quite a while. The last major effort they had with it was probably 15 years ago, and didn't go at that time. It's good to see it go this time. And, there's a lot of moving parts to it. What's Must's role gonna be in it? How are they gonna be involved? And, obviously, as I said, the AA schools, kind of sink or swim if the AA schools, get involved or not.
That'll be coming to the full.
Is this all the superintendents that are gonna be analyzing this, or
Yeah,
what's the people on the committee?
Right, what they want to do is they want to, each school district, AA school district, come up with a little bit of money so that they can hire someone to look at it, and then prepare a report for the AA superintendents. And then we actually have a AA superintendent meeting, I think it's probably going to be at the end of July, where we're going to get together and look at it, discuss it among the 8 largest school districts.
Thank you.
I have a question. Have you sent out the committee list yet? I have no idea what committees I'm on right now.
Yes, the committee list went out. We were waiting on finalizing a date and a time. Sherry has them, and everything has been completely finalized and ready to.
That's good.
Yeah, could you resend it?
Nobody got it.
Looking in your inboxes for your committee. I have a motion to adjourn.
Moved.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
20 adjourned.
26 minutes.